as well. Hadley Manning with the Independent Women's Forum. He doesn't sound like a guy who's sort of, losing hope for this election in 2 weeks. What do you think?
Well, he's received a gift today in what some people are calling an October surprise, the increase, the heavy rate shock in the Obamacare plans for 2017. So definitely leading with that point. I wouldn't call it a surprise, though, Neil.
I do want to explain, because a lot of people are not up to that right now. A 25% increase in premiums for those under the so-called Affordable Care Act. It's a lot more for some, less for others, but not what the doctor ordered and not what we were told. But go ahead, I'm sorry.
Right, that's a national average in the healthcare.gov federal exchange for the 39 states that use that exchange. And as you said, Neil, when it's an average, there are some people who are going to be paying a lot more than what the average happens to be. So I wouldn't call this a surprise per se, because if you've been following the financial losses and the insurers' exits from many of these so-called marketplaces in Obamacare, then it doesn't come as a surprise to us that these unsubsidized premiums have increased so heavily. One particular note to remember when we talk about the unsubsidized premiums, many people do receive a subsidy. In fact, almost nearly 90% of people under Obamacare are receiving some kind of subsidy.
We should stress the taxpayers pay for that subsidy, and if it goes in deeper, it's just added to the deficit. But he hit a chord with that in a state particularly concerned about health care and related issues, because even non-Affordable Care Act recipients are feeling the pinch in their medical premiums. But he went through a frustration list, including with the media. But I wonder if he's just preaching to the choir, or this rage is palpable, and he is saying, look, I'm only trailing by 2 or 3 points here. He isn't saying that, but he is in that state. What do you make of that?
The bad news about Obamacare has not been one story. It's been story after story after story over years. You know, the family premiums that people in employer-sponsored plans have been paying have increased $4,300 since 2010, according to numbers from the Kaiser Health Foundation. So it's hard to blame the media for not covering every bit of bad news about Obamacare. Americans are convinced, for the most part, that it's a disaster. The question is now, what are we going to do about it moving forward? And so that's something that Mr. Trump and Secretary Clinton are trying to address in the next couple of weeks in this campaign cycle, but it's certainly not the case that there's anything to brag about when it comes to Obamacare.
Now, he's got 2 weeks to make that closing argument without getting into arguments with people in his own party. Can he do that?
Right. So Obamacare is a piece of legislation. It will impact not just the presidential race, but those congressional races as well, as you mentioned. And Republicans in the House and the Senate have their plans to repeal and replace Obamacare. So as long as Mr. Trump is paying attention to those plans and sort of reading off the same script when it comes to the principles for a free market, patient-centered kind of health reform, then that's the solution that they should be focused on at this point. It's not a matter so much of what Obamacare is doing today, but it is about the future, because Secretary Clinton has said that she will support adding a public option to the Affordable Care Act, which, we should warn people will ultimately become the only option when the government gets involved trying to compete with these private companies.
And a lot of people think that was the goal all along, but we'll see. Hadley Heath Manning, thank you very, very much.